Hello everyone, this is going to be an important video for learning. In this tutorial you will learn how to use would, could and should. Welcome to my channel Quick English by Neil Sir, a channel where you can learn English with stories, grammar and vocabulary. Let's begin our tutorials. Would, could and should are also known as modal auxiliary verbs. Let's start with the word would. Would is the past tense of the word will. It is used 1. To ask questions, 2. To make a polite request, and 3. Used for any imaginary situation. Number 1. To ask questions. Let's look at some few examples. Example 1. Would you be going to work tomorrow? Would you be going to work tomorrow?
क्या तुम कल काम पर जा रहे होगे?
Example number 2. How would you complete that on time? How would you complete that on time?
आप इसे समय पर कैसे पूरा करेंगे?
And example number 3. Would you not come on Sunday? Would you not come on Sunday?
क्या तुम रविवार को नहीं आओगे?
Number 2. To make a polite request. For few examples, would you please pass me that paper? Would you please pass me that paper?
क्या आप कृपया मुझे वह पेपर पास करेंगे?
Example number 2. Which restaurant would you like to eat dinner? Which restaurant would you like to eat dinner?
आप किस रेस्टोरेंट में रात का खाना खाना पसंद करेंगे?
Example number 3. Please, would you not mind opening the door? Please, would you not mind opening the door?
कृपया क्या आपको दरवाजा खोलने में कोई आपत्ति नहीं होगी?
Number 3. Use for any imaginary situation. For example, if I would become the richest man, I would buy the most expensive car.
अगर मैं सबसे अमीर आदमी बनूं तो मैं सबसे महंगी कार खरीदूंगा.
Example number 2. I would be the best actor if I was in America. I would be the best actor if I was in America.
अगर मैं अमेरिका में होता तो मैं सबसे अच्छा अभिनेता होता.
Example number 3. I wish I would have a magic lamp. I wish I would have a magic lamp.
काश मेरे पास एक जादुई चिराग होता.
Now let's learn the word could. Could is the past form of the word can. It is used for number 1. To show a possibility. Number 2. To make a polite request. Or number 3. To give a suggestion. And finally number 4. To talk about a past ability. Number 1. To show a possibility. A few examples. Example number 1. Chris could become the manager next year. Chris could become the manager next year.
क्रिस अगले साल मैनेजर बन सकते हैं.
Example number 2. They could be right in their decision. They could be right in their decision.
वे अपने निर्णय में सही हो सकते हैं.
And example number 3. Maybe he could have done this on purpose. Maybe he could have done this on purpose.
हो सकता है वह जानबूझकर ऐसा कर सकता था.
Number 2. To make a polite request. A few examples. Example 1. Could you reach me home if you don't mind? Could you reach me home if you don't mind?
अगर आप बुरा ना माने तो क्या आप मेरे घर पहुंच सकते हैं?
Example number 2. I forgot my wallet. Could you give me some cash? I forgot my wallet. Could you give me some cash?
मैं अपना बटुआ भूल गया, क्या आप मुझे कुछ पैसे दे सकते हैं?
And example number 3. Could you lend me your jacket for a day? Could you lend me your jacket for a day?
क्या आप मुझे एक दिन के लिए अपनी जैकेट उधार दे सकते हैं?
Number 3. To give a suggestion. For example, example 1. They could have informed the manager in advance. They could have informed the manager in advance.
वे प्रबंधक को पहले से सूचित कर सकते थे।
Example number 2. We could go to the water park during the vacation. We could go to the water park during the vacation.
हम छुट्टी के दौरान वाटर पार्क जा सकते थे।
And example number 3. It's better to take a car. That could be safer. It's better to take a car. That could be safer.
कार लेना बेहतर है, जो सुरक्षित हो सकती है।
Number 4. To talk about a past ability. For example, example 1. George could play the guitar like a professional when he was 18 years old. George could play the guitar like a professional when he was 18 years old.
जॉर्ज 18 साल की उम्र में एक पेशेवर की तरह गिटार बजा सकते थे।
Example number 2. When she was a little girl, she could dance very well. When she was a little girl, she could dance very well.
जब वह छोटी लड़की थी, तो वह बहुत अच्छा नृत्य कर सकती थी।
And example number 3. They could have easily won the World Cup if they had the same team. They could have easily won the World Cup if they had the same team.
अगर उनके पास वही टीम होती तो वे आसानी से विश्व कप जीत सकते थे।
Let's learn our final word for today, the word should. Should is used for number 1. To indicate an obligation or duty. Number 2. To ask questions. And number 3. To give an advice or opinion. Number 1. To indicate an obligation or duty. Example. You should wear a mask when you go outside. You should wear a mask when you go outside.
बाहर जाते समय आपको मास्क पहनना चाहिए।
Example number 2. I should have reached the meeting earlier. I should have reached the meeting earlier.
मुझे मीटिंग में पहले पहुंच जाना चाहिए था।
And example number 3. It's important that we should follow the rules of the company. It's important that we should follow the rules of the company.
यह महत्वपूर्ण है कि हम कंपनी में नियमों का पालन करें।
Number 2. To ask questions. For example, should we really make a decision now? Should we really make a decision now?
क्या हमें वास्तव में अब निर्णय लेना चाहिए?
And example number 2. Shouldn't you be attending the class? Shouldn't you be attending the class?
क्या तुम्हें कक्षा में नहीं आना चाहिए?
And finally, number 3. To give an advice or opinion. For example, example 1. You should stop eating junk food. You should stop eating junk food.
आपको जंक फूड खाना बंद कर देना चाहिए।
Example number 2. We should rather go for a movie. We should rather go for a movie.
हमें बल्कि एक फिल्म के लिए जाना चाहिए।
And example number 3. She should visit the doctor first thing tomorrow. She should visit the doctor the first thing tomorrow.
उसे कल सबसे पहले डॉक्टर के पास जाना चाहिए।
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Stay tuned and keep learning.